In this video, we are going to rank all of the Clankers in the LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. There are 17 Clankers in total, as well as 6 secret Clankers that aren't actually part of the character roster, but we'll get to those at the end of the video. We're going to present this video in a classic tier list format, starting off at F tier and then moving up to S tier. Starting us off in F tier, we have the PK droid. Ah yes, the PK droid, seen only in one level in the game, which is Episode 1 Chapter 1 Negotiations, the first level. You'll see a few of these guys wandering around. They kinda get in your way, but also kind of don't. They're completely harmless, don't attack you, and also fall from the ceiling. Yes, in the large hangar you will find these guys falling from the ceiling, where they really don't do a whole lot, just like the actual character. If you choose to play as PK droid, then you won't be able to attack, won't be able to use any abilities, can't use panels, nor will you be able to jump, which makes moving around quite difficult. So overall, a character that doesn't do anything, has no abilities, and is difficult to play as because you can't jump, F tier. So believe it or not, that concludes F tier, only one character. Moving on to D tier, we start with the pit droid. Now much like the PK droid, the pit droid lacks functionality. He can't attack, can't jump, and doesn't have any abilities. Honestly, he's only a D tier character because I always remember the scene in Episode 1 where a pit droid attacks Jar Jar Binks. That's it. Also because of the early 2000s cursed LEGO Technics stat. D tier. Up next we have R2-Q5. Now if you've just said who out loud, then I really don't blame you, because R2-Q5 is only seen in Episode 6 during the opening scene. And that is the entire extent of his appearances in the movies. In game however, he does actually have abilities. He can hover, which is useful for getting across gaps, he can shock things, and most importantly, he can use astromech droid panels. Detail though, because literally who? Also coming in is a nice low D tier, we have the B1 battle droid. Simply because it's kind of generic. Now don't get me wrong, he does have a blaster, meaning he can do damage, but at the same time he's just a regular battle droid. That's it. D tier. And finally concluding D tier, we have the battle droid security, which is exactly the same as a regular battle droid, however with a red torso. That's, yeah, only difference, just a red torso. D tier. Starting us off in C tier, we have the battle droid Geonosis. Now what's so special about this droid compared to the other ones? Well, simply the fact I'm a LEGO Star Wars fan. And if you know anything about LEGO Star Wars, then you will know exactly how expensive and rare the red battle droids are. They've only featured in a couple of sets back in 2002, and that is it. They're very rare, very cool, which is why this droid gets C tier, for reasons completely unrelated to LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. Good logic. Also in C tier is the battle droid Commander, which is the battle droid with the most functionality. The battle droid Commander has a blaster and also a walkie-talkie, which plays droid sounds.
Roger, roger.
Unless of course you're using the walkie-talkie disable extra, in which case it would disable droids. Moving on over to B tier now, we have R4-P17, because unlike R2-Q5, R4 actually has screen time. Not much, she isn't seen much, but she is in the movies for more than 2 seconds. Being an astromech droid, she shares all of the same functions as R2-Q5. She can hover, she can shock things and use astromech panels, but she's simply more of a relevant character. B tier. In the same vein as that, we've got TC-14. Once again, slightly more relevant, only seen in Episode 1. However, in the Complete Saga, Episode 1 is very nostalgic, especially Negotiations, which is where you unlock TC-14, because you have to play that level. You cannot progress further in the game until you've beaten Episode 1 Chapter 1 Negotiations. So TC-14 kind of serves as a tutorial character, because she teaches you how to use panels. Obviously being a protocol droid, she can use protocol droid panels, and that's basically her only functionality. B tier. Okay, so we're moving on to some of the good tiers now, A tier. Starting us off in A tier is everyone's favourite astromech droid, R2-D2. Basically he's only here because he's iconic. C-3PO, once again, iconic Star Wars character, so he gets A tier, just the way it works. Coming in as A tier's final character, we've got the Super Battle Droid. Now this guy is insane. For a start, he's a rare LEGO minifigure, only appearing in one set back in 2002. But that fact pales in comparison to his insane walk. Just look at this is insane. This walk, you know, if you saw this coming down the street you'd be scared. And also being a Super Battle Droid, he shoots from his arm, which is just a lot cooler than shooting from a gun. A tier. And finally, we've made it to S tier, the highest tier of our Clanker tier list. And starting us off, we have Grievous's bodyguard. I love these guys so much. I think they're very well made in this game. They look really cool. They've got the purple electro staff that has some really good animations. If you hold the block button down, you're spinning that thing around forever. On top of that, he's also a high jumping character, which is an ability needed to access certain minigames. And given who the other high jumping characters are in the game, why wouldn't you use Grievous's bodyguard? He also has a slam attack, where if you double jump and press the attack button, he will come slamming down onto the floor, which is a great move for clearing out large groups of enemies. S tier character. IG-88. IG-88 is a jack of all trades. He can use bounty hunter panels, astromech droid panels, protocol droid panels, grapple points. He can do anything. He also has some absolutely crazy animations when you start punching people. He will detach his own head and start waving it around and beating people with it. So S tier character. Forlom. Forlom is exactly the same as IG-88. He can use bounty hunter panels, astromech droid panels, protocol droid panels, and grapple. He can do absolutely everything. However, what makes Forlom unique is the fact that for whatever reason his gun deals double damage. It will do 2 hearts of damage instead of 1, for some unknown reason. So I would say Forlom is considered the best, most versatile Clanker in the game. S tier. Droidica. Now I think that the Droidica has to be by far one of the most unique characters in the game. He's got the shield, he rolls up into a ball, he's got the 2 blasters that make that sound. Overall, he's just an amazing character. He's really quick too, which makes moving around very easy. And also because of the shield, he can deflect blaster shots. S tier character. Gonk Droid. Do I even need to elaborate why the Gonk Droid is an S tier character? It's the Gonk Droid from Star Wars. Now don't let the Gonk's small size and slow movement speed fool you, because using the Super Gonk extra, you can make him very fast, and also allow him to jump, which is just funny when he falls on his face. And that concludes all 17 main Clankers in this video, but there are also those 6 ones I mentioned earlier. What about them? Well, in order to unlock them, you need to have the extra toggle extra, which will add extra characters to your party when you're playing in free play. First up, we've got the Boast Droid. Now the Boast Droid comes in 2 forms. You've got the playable Boast Droid, which is admittedly quite small. He runs around, he's got the buzzsaw, and he can damage people using it. And you've also got the Boast Droid in vehicle levels, which is just a Boast Droid where you can fly around. I think the Boast Droid is a really unique idea for a character, and given the fact that extra toggle characters only appear in certain levels, makes him quite a rare choice. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Boast Droid in A tier. Next up, we've got the Training Remote, which is a character that only appears in 1 level, Episode 3, Chapter 5, Ruin of the Jedi. You will not be able to play as the Training Remote in any other level. It is exclusive to that level, and it's just a ball that flies around and can shoot things. It doesn't deal any damage, however it does stun other droids, which is a really cool effect. Cool character, but only used in 1 level. So I'm going to put the Training Remote in A tier. Droid 1. Now Droid 1 is a Treadwell droid, because of the treads on it. And in LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, the Treadwell droid can just shoot. That's all it can do. I think it's a very interesting looking droid. But is it the most interesting character? Probably not, so I'm going to say C tier. Droid 2. Now Droid 2 is a droid with a large base at the bottom, lots of arms, and then a kind of domed head. Once again it can shoot, but that's it. C tier. Droid 3. Now Droid 3 is an ASP droid, quite lanky and quite long. Now just like the last 2 droids, he can shoot, and if you slow walk with him, he's got quite a funky animation, so I'm going to go ahead and say B tier. Droid 4. Now Droid 4 is our final Clanker, and he is an R1 droid. Now I actually really like this design personally. He's a very cylindrical looking droid, and just like the first 3 droids, he can shoot, but there's just something about the design that I find appealing, so I'm going to go ahead and put him in B tier. And there we have it, all the Clankers ranked, including the 6 secret ones. Let me know your thoughts down below, I'm interested. Haven't made a tier list video in quite a while. But other than that, yes, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment and subscribe. And I will see you all later.